It's really pitiable, Haga. Well, I'll give you plenty of consolation money. Who a person? Haha. As you might know, it's your wife who's the company president. My name is Jessica. It's been almost 2 years since I married my husband, Michael. Both of us work full-time. So we have such busy days that we can only have a proper conversation on our days off. However, despite this, our relationship is very good, and we enjoy a trip abroad once a year. When we got married, we decided to build a new house. We stretched our budget and built a big house. We have no complaints about our current life. I have a best friend from high school named Lucy. We still occasionally enjoy lunch together. Lucy wants to get married, but she has a lot of requirements for her potential spouse. Especially regarding financial strength, she seems uncompromising and is always looking for her ideal partner. Next time, I want to visit Jessica's house. That's okay, right? Right now, I'm having lunch with Lucy after a long time. We've been busy and couldn't meet for months. We kept in touch over the phone and email, but today our schedules just happened to match. Lucy and I have known each other for a long time, and during high school, we were together every day. Thinking about it now, all those memories, whether happy or sad, are precious. After I got married 2 years ago, my work increased, and I couldn't meet Lucy as frequently. Michael usually has weekends off, but due to his sales job, there are often he has to work on weekends. Today, Michael, who was supposed to be off, suddenly had work. Just when I found myself alone, Lucy contacted me, leading to today's lunch. Of course, it's okay. It's not far from here. Want to have tea at my house after this? Really? Yay! I'm so happy. Whenever Lucy and I meet, we typically have lunch outside. So even though it's been 2 years since we built the new house, this was the first time I invited Lucy over. After enjoying our lunch, we headed to my house. When we arrived, Lucy looked genuinely surprised. Wow, this is your house? It's so luxurious. I considered the house a once-in-a-lifetime investment and built it without compromises, making it much larger than average. Since it's still new, the interior is clean, and it seems Lucy liked it. Yay, it's lavish a little. Building our own house was a dream, so we went all out. It's amazing. Plenty of space and beautiful interiors. How much did it cost? Well, it was a significant expense, but it's a house we'll live in for a long time. It cost about $1 million. Lucy's eyes widen in shock. $1 million? Does Michael earn that much? What's his annual salary? Hearing Lucy's question reminded me. One of her indispensable conditions for a marriage partner is someone with financial strength. That's probably why she asked. My husband's annual salary? Well, I think he's doing quite well for his age. I vaguely answered Lucy's question without giving specific figures. I see. Looking back, I realized Lucy's reaction at that time was quite telling. But at that moment, I didn't notice Lucy smirking behind me as I went to prepare tea. By the way, is Michael coming back tonight? I'd like to meet him. As we drank tea, Lucy said this. I saw no reason to refuse and replied, sure. Yay, I'm excited. Oh, can I use the bathroom? Of course, the bathroom is over there. After giving directions to the bathroom, I waited for her in the living room. In the meantime, I sent a message to Michael, letting him know that Lucy was at our house and suggesting that we have dinner together later. After waiting for a while, Lucy didn't return from the bathroom. She only went to the bathroom, but she's taking quite a long time. While I was wondering about this, Lucy entered the living room. Sorry to keep you waiting, she said, holding my bag in her hand. Huh, isn't that my bag? Sorry, I got lost on my way back from the bathroom and looked around your house a bit. I found this bag. Isn't this a famous designer's? Can I borrow it? It's really nice, right? The distance from the living room to the bathroom isn't that far that someone would get lost. Plus, the bag Lucy was holding should have been stored in my bedroom. Well, okay, but you have to return it for sure. It's a precious gift from my husband. Of course, I'll return it immediately. I was a bit suspicious of Lucy's behavior, so on my way to the bathroom, I checked the bedroom. Sure enough, there were signs that she had been in there, and bags and shoes stored in the closet were slightly disheveled. No matter how close we are, This is a problem. I decided to mention it to Lucy when I returned to the living room. Lucy, please don't enter my bedroom without permission. It seems you even looked inside the closet. I'd like you to stop that. Hearing my words, Lucy's expression changed for a moment. Yay, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. Please be careful. Just then, Michael came home. I'm back. Welcome back, Michael. Oh, you bought cakes. Thank you. This is my friend, Lucy. I messaged you earlier. How about having dinner together tonight? Nice to meet you, Lucy. Jessica speaks highly of you. Of course, let's eat together. Nice to meet you, Michael. I'm sorry I couldn't attend your wedding due to health reasons, but I'm glad to finally meet you. Lucy, who couldn't attend our wedding due to her health, was meeting Michael for the first time. That evening, as planned, the three of us had dinner and enjoyed the cakes Michael brought with some tea. Lucy, being sociable, quickly got along with Michael, and we had a great time. However, about a month later, I noticed a change in Michael's behavior. He wouldn't look me in the eyes when we talked, and he was frequently using his smartphone. He even started bringing it to the bathroom. This was obviously suspicious. For a moment, I thought about checking his phone, but I felt it wouldn't go well, so I refrained. Still, Michael's behavior clearly indicated he was hiding something. This mistrust led to fewer conversations between us. Michael began working more on weekends, resulting in less time spent at home together. Our lives became more and more distant. Then, one day, I came home to find divorce papers on the table. I had a feeling this might happen someday, but it was still sudden and shocking. I immediately contacted Michael. I just got home, and there are. What's this on the table? You can see for yourself, can't you? Let's get a divorce. Your recent behavior has been concerning, but this is too sudden. Tell me honestly why. I've fallen in love with someone else. So you're saying you had an affair? No, it's not just an affair. I'm serious about this. You might not understand, but whether or not you're serious, as long as you're married to me, it's just an affair, isn't it? And does she know that you're married? Yes, she knows. Actually, about that. Michael suddenly trailed off, clearly uncomfortable. I don't understand what's going on. Just as I was thinking of meeting him face to face to ask him about it, that's when it happened. Hello, Jessica, can you hear me? It's Lucy. From the other side of the phone came a familiar voice. Lucy. Yes, it's me. Michael and I, well, we're actually dating. We're even thinking about getting married. In that instant, I felt as if I was pushed off a cliff and fell into an abyss. My heart raced, and a suffocating sadness kept me from speaking. Wait, what are you saying? Michael is my husband. You know that, don't you, Lucy? When I met Michael at your house, it was love at first sight. We secretly exchanged contact information. Before we knew it, our relationship developed like this. What, Lucy, what are you thinking? Emotions surged: anger, disappointment, sadness. Though I want to blame Lucy, I can't speak well due to the shock. Of course, I feel bad about it. But isn't this what fate is? I'm grateful. Thanks to you, I met him. Lucy's words seemed unfazed. If anything, she sounded confident. The double betrayal from my longtime friends Lucy and Michael was unforgivable. It doesn't sound like you feel bad at all. Put Michael on the phone. Michael doesn't intend to talk to you anymore. Just submit the divorce papers. Okay, I can't accept this without a discussion. Tell him to come home. He can't do that. He's living with me now. Once you submit the divorce papers, it's all over. Her defiant tone filled my heart with anger and mistrust. Did she bear a grudge against me? What did I ever do to her? Put Michael on the phone. Now, ignoring my furious tone, Lucy just laughed it off. Gosh, stop yelling. LOL. I told you it's impossible. Well, bye. With that, the call ended. I stood there, unable to move in my confusion. Ever since then, I was plagued by sleepless nights. Michael showed no signs of returning, and the divorce papers quietly placed in the living room seemed to be eagerly awaiting my procedure. As for Lucy, for reasons unknown, she kept sending me photos of her and Michael together. They probably wanted to flaunt the depth of their relationship. My mental state deteriorated, and it began to affect my work. I decided to seriously consider the divorce and sought counsel from a lawyer. Fortunately, I had a lawyer acquaintance. I quickly set an appointment and explained the situation in detail. The lawyer attentively listened to my exhausted story. "How would you like to proceed?" To that question, I answered without hesitation. "I've decided to divorce. However, I believe they need to be properly penalized. Of course, don't worry, we'll claim damages for any reason. The photos they sent are adequate evidence. Thank you. I want to receive compensation for my mental damages from my husband and Lucy and put an end to all of this. Please help. I'll support you wholeheartedly. Leave it to me. And I might be overstepping, but make sure you eat well and rest properly." Yes, thank you. I reaffirmed my decision to get a divorce and finished the meeting with the lawyer. The saying that time heals all wounds is true, and my heart was becoming more settled day by day. My appetite returned, and I started to sleep well again. The only thing I've lost is Michael. I have nothing else to lose. Once I overcome this, happiness will surely await me next. One day, while living this way, I received a call from Lucy. "Hey, are you still hung up on the past? I want you to submit divorce papers to the city office as soon as possible. I'm surprised at your audacious attitude. I'm already proceeding with the divorce process. Just tell my husband." "You're probably lying, right? Do you really want to get divorced? You still think Michael will come back, don't you? I know why you've been so reluctant to divorce. You didn't want to let go of Michael's financial power, did you?" "Huh? Financial power? He's the president of a major company that makes $300 million in annual sales. And you've been keeping that a secret from me. You were afraid I'd steal Michael from you, weren't you?" "What? Michael? The president of a major company? Don't play dumb. You can't tell me you didn't know this despite being his wife. You built such a magnificent house as proof. You can't hide it. Wait, did Michael tell you this?" "That's right. I heard everything from him, the whole truth. So just submit the divorce papers quickly and leave that house. It's going to be mine and Michael's home sooner or later. It's unfortunate that Michael hasn't come back, isn't it? Oh, funny. Don't worry. For you, the poor woman who was abandoned by her husband, I'll properly pay you the consolation money." Huh? Lucy unilaterally ended the conversation and hung up the phone. Now it was clear why Lucy was after Michael. Her main objective was Michael's financial power. After this call, my feelings for Michael vanished entirely, and I began to think about my life post-divorce. The next day, my heart felt lighter. Maybe I woke up thanks to Lucy. The photos Lucy sent had become meaningless to me. I provided all the information to my lawyer. I felt better, and my work pace returned to normal. The only thing left was the discussion between Michael, Lucy, and me. My lawyer said he would send them a formal notice. Soon after, I received a call from Lucy. "What the hell? Why are you sending a notice to my workplace?" From her voice alone, I could tell she was furious. "Didn't you expect this? Given the harassment you've subjected me to, it's only natural. You really didn't think this rough, did you? I just wanted to share our happiness with you. Calling it harassment is an exaggeration, huh? We didn't have any ill intentions. No, it definitely was harassment. From now on, can you discuss this with me only through my representative? Bye." Wait, Jessica. I ended the call. I felt somewhat satisfied seeing Lucy so flustered. Even after that, Lucy kept trying to contact me, but I ignored her. Michael called too, but I ignored him as well. He then sent a lengthy email full of complaints. The formal notice exposed their affair to their parents, and they faced backlash. He wanted me to convince their parents it was all a lie. My disdain for Michael grew with every word he made. When I came home and went to my bedroom, something felt off. I checked my closet and realized that some of my designer's bags, shoes, and accessories were missing. The only suspect in my mind was her. She even resorted to theft. I can't believe it. I immediately consulted my lawyer, but was told I needed evidence to pursue the matter. Then I remembered the security cameras at my house. I had installed them when I built the house, but had never checked them. When I reviewed the footage, I clearly saw Lucy taking my belongings over several days while I was out. I was filled with surprise and horror. I never expected Lucy, with whom I had been close for a long time, to do something like this. The next day, I visited the lawyer's office with the data from the surveillance camera. I'm at a loss for words. How can someone so brazenly steal from someone else's house? Of course, this will serve as sufficient evidence, but legal action other than divorce will be necessary. This is a clear criminal act. Understood. Please help me. I think I responded with a smile that was frightening even to myself. By now, there's no need to be considerate to anyone. They need to properly address the situation they've caused. Also, it would be safer to change the locks of your house as soon as possible. I agreed with the advice and had a locksmith come and change the locks that day. After that, I received constant contact from Michael and Lucy, but I didn't respond at all. Eventually, they even came to my house, but I immediately called the police. After that, they completely stopped contacting me. A few days later, I was informed by my lawyer that the other side intended to settle. I agreed to meet with the two of them, with my lawyer present. I didn't want to prolong this issue any further. On the appointed day, I headed to the lawyer's office. Right at the scheduled time, the door to the room opened with force, and Lucy and Michael appeared. You finally show up your face. Lucy, calm down. But she's been running away all this time. Because of her, our marriage is delayed. Lucy glared at me, her anger blazing. Michael seemed to be trying to calm her. I felt pathetic for having dealt with these two until now. Please calm down. If there's any violence or verbal abuse, we will immediately call the police. In his words, the two finally took their seats. The real discussion was about to begin. Michael, you want a divorce. Jessica, you accept this but demand compensation for the damages. Is that correct? Just grant the divorce. But once we've paid the compensation, cut ties with us completely. Madam, is that okay with you? Of course. I have no reason to continue our relationship. Michael seemed surprised by my calm words. But that didn't matter to me anymore. Next, regarding the compensation amount, before the lawyer could finish, Lucy eagerly interrupted. Like I said, we'll give any amount for compensation. We're not worried about money at all. She smugly continued. Seeing this, the lawyer slowly adjusted his glasses. I see, you have that much wealth. You're a lawyer and you didn't even check. Michael is the head of a company with an annual turnover of $300 million. Compensation for damage is just a drop in the bucket. You probably can't live on your income for the rest of your life, so we'll also share our assets. Relax. The lawyer looked like he was about to burst into laughter and gradually started laughing out louder. This irritated Lucy. What? Why are you laughing? Are you mocking us? Wiping a tear from laughing, the lawyer replied. I'm sorry. I understand your point. He readjusted his glasses and smiled at Lucy. The company owner is Jessica, the wife. Michael is just an employee of that company. Huh? Lucy smiled and spoke with a hint of triumph. The lawyer you got, is he an idiot? Made me laugh. Can't even properly investigate things. Or maybe you just blindly accepted the lies Jessica told you. Is that so? Well then, did you actually confirm that Michael is the CEO? When the lawyer turned his gaze towards Michael, Michael's face quickly turned pale. Noticing this, Lucy, perhaps sensing something, began to question him anxiously. Hey, Michael, you said you were the CEO of a company with an annual turnover of $300 million, right? That's true, isn't it? Michael didn't say a word and just stared at the ground. His face was deathly pale. Watching Michael's reaction, Lucy's expression began to darken as well. Hey, don't just stay silent, answer me. You didn't lie to me, did you? Michael, you said you were the CEO of a company with an annual turnover of $300 million. That's why you could afford to build such a house? Come on, answer me. Lucy shook Michael violently. Michael lifted his head slightly, breathing thinly, and said, I'm sorry, I lied. Upon hearing Michael's confession, Lucy seemed to fall into total panic. Her face red with anger, she pointed at me and yelled, Unbelievable, you are lying about being a CEO. Do you realize how long we've been together? You never mentioned such a thing before. Directing her fury at me, Lucy shouted with all her might. I decided to reveal the truth. Even if we have a bond as best friends, it doesn't mean I've told you everything about myself. Especially about money. I knew how obsessed you were with money, having seen it up close. That's why I never intended to tell you about my job. Staring intently at Lucy, she was taken aback and seemed to crumble on the spot. Then, the house you guys lived in. That mansion is, obviously, it's under my name. So it means Michael will have to leave. He's not my husband or anything anymore. At this revelation, Lucy was lost for words. Now, considering all this, we will demand a reasonable amount in compensation. Neither Michael nor Lucy seemed to hear the lawyer's statement or show any reaction. Furthermore, we'd like to discuss the theft incident as well. Ignoring the two's silence, the lawyer continued calmly. But upon hearing the word theft, both Michael and Lucy finally reacted. Theft? Yes, while the lady of the house was away, you took several designer's items from the closet, didn't you? Taken aback by this sudden accusation, Lucy bit her lip. Michael also seemed to hear of this fact for the first time, and his face froze in astonishment. Michael, wait. What are you talking about? Theft. Wait, it wasn't me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Even at this point, she seemed to feign ignorance. The lawyer then presented photos extracted from the surveillance camera footage. The two were left speechless upon seeing them. What's this? It's footage from the security camera. Security camera. Apparently, Lucy wasn't informed about the camera by Michael. Well, if she had known, she probably wouldn't have done what she did. Michael covered his face with both hands and took a deep breath. I installed security cameras in our house. It's a big house, so I put them in just in case something happened. Why didn't you tell me? Who could have predicted you'd break in and steal? And you even stole my key, right? I've been looking for it. It's because I wanted those luxury designer's items. You never bought them for me no matter how much I asked. Watching the two start arguing, both the lawyer and I were utterly exasperated. Please resolve the matter between the two of you later. For now, we intend to report the theft to the police. Upon hearing the word police, Lucy panicked and retorted. Police? Isn't that an overreaction? I just borrowed something from my friend. We can resolve it between us without getting the police involved, right? I don't remember lending it to you, and I no longer consider you a friend. The fact is, you stole from me, so I will be filing a report. What? I'll repay the money, so please don't report it to the police. Are you sure you can compensate? The branded items you stole amount to over $10,000 easily. Plus, you'll need to pay for the damages. Are you sure you're okay with that? Hearing my words, Lucy, in her anxiety, turned to Michael. Michael, you can manage, right? You're not a boss, but you have a job and a salary. You can pay, right? However, Michael looked down in silence. There's no way he can pay. He's been taking unauthorized leave from work and is on the verge of being fired. Why? You know the company Michael works for. It's mine. Ever since you two started your affair, I've been receiving reports of his poor attendance and unauthorized absences. We don't need such an employee. But if we go through the property division procedure, there will be no property division. That's ridiculous. It's marital property, right? Property division is a given. Any lawyer should know that. Didn't Michael tell you anything? You said he told you everything, but it seems you don't know the most crucial part. What a superficial couple. The lawyer placed a document on the table. This is a contract you two signed before getting married. If you divorce within 3 years of marriage, neither party will make property claims. You are currently in your 2nd year, so this contract is valid. Lucy grabbed the document and crumpled it up in frustration. This is just a piece of paper. That document is a notarized deed and is legally recognized. Only the property division will be omitted, and Michael's assets will remain intact. Lucy's expression changed to one of relief. Then it's okay, right, Michael? We can pay from our savings, right? Her desperate face was unrecognizable from the friend I once knew. I don't have any money left. You spent it all. Lucy was shocked by Michael's words and slumped to the ground. Yet, I felt no sympathy for her. She brought all of this upon herself. This discussion is over. please promptly submit the divorce papers, and sir, please gather your belongings and leave the house. Goodbye then." I'm not sure if Lucy and Michael understood the lawyer's words, but the lawyer and I left them in the room. I trusted the lawyer to handle the rest, and I returned home. A few days later, the divorce was finalized, and Michael moved out. He tried to contact me several times after the divorce, but I ignored all his attempts. My relationship with Lucy was also completely severed. Michael lost his job and depleted his savings, eventually moving in with Lucy. However, her theft became known at her workplace, and she was fired. The two of them tried to find jobs, but they ended up with daily wage part-time jobs. Perhaps due to their newfound income, Lucy's spending habits worsened, leading them to struggle with rent and eventually lose their home. Their families found out about the whole incident, and they were disowned. They managed with their part-time jobs and ended up living in an old apartment with shared toilets and no bath. By chance, a friend lived near them and occasionally saw Lucy. She looked so worn out and unrecognizable. On the other hand, my job was thriving, and I took up tennis as a new hobby. About 6 months after the divorce, I met a wonderful man on an overseas trip, and we started dating. While the whole experience was unforgettable for me, I believe it shaped the person I am today. Thinking about it, I realized that by choosing the right path, I can now feel the happiness I have today.